Live better and longer with the Fitzness Show, hosted by fitness expert, author, and TV personality Fitz Kohler. She'll tell you why diets are dumb, supplements are snake oil, and the truth about how you can earn a lean, hard, pain-free, and athletic body. Now for our favorite bossy blonde, Fitz Kohler.
Well, hi team. My name is Fitz Kohler, your super bossy fitness pro from fitzness.com. And welcome to the Fitzness Show. Today, I am broadcasting from kind of rainy California. That's right. I would often say sunny California, but I'm here and it's kind of rainy. And I kind of like that because I am pure Floridian and the rain is so cozy to me. It just feels so good. So happy to be out here. I made the trip to San Diego. I'm announcing Mud Girl San Diego. This is our final stop of the entire year. I think we've had 30 stops. I haven't announced them all. I think I've announced about 20 plus. My daughter Ginger has announced the bulk of the others, and it's been an awesome year. Just what a wonderful organization to be a part of. They bring out, I'd say, between 5,000 and 20,000, mostly female athletes each weekend. And it's just, we're all about fun, right? Party, party, party. It's girls' day, girls' weekend, and everyone shows up to be, I don't know, athletic and have some adventure and get some mud in their hair and ruin our manicures and be nice to each other, which is great. I love women's events where everybody shows up to be encouraging because, you know, sometimes girls are not so nice. That's right. As someone who's been mean girled a whole lot, I love being the ringleader of the just pure awesomeness that is women getting muddy together. So anyways, that's why I'm here. If you haven't done so yet, don't forget to click like. And that means wherever you listen to your podcast or subscribe, I should say, you'll get notifications that I'm saying the things to you that you need to hear. So subscribe, because sometimes I'll let something go at 3 a.m. on a Thursday. And then when you wake up Thursday morning, you need to know, oh, Fitz is talking to me. I should hear it. I should click play. And then also look what I have in my hands. Whoop, upside down. If you're just listening, I have the one and only paperback version of You Supercharge, the exact formula for fitness, weight loss, and longevity. I had both of these books show up last week. So the deal with the book publishing process is you have all these files. Gosh, it's file palooza and editing palooza. And it's not me. I have professional cover designer, professional layout designer. There's all these moving parts. And then they give me files and I upload them to my printer distributor. And then I have to approve the look of it. But then I say, okay, send me one of each. I purchase the books. And gosh, it cost me almost $100 each to get them printed quickly and shipped each to my house. So then I could thumb through it and go, wow, it looks the way it's supposed to look. I love it. Now let me order 250, which I did right off the bat. I have hundreds I need to order actually when I get done recording this podcast. That's right. I have to order several hundred more for the pre-sale, but yeah, they were all supposed to be here already and they're not. So I'm waiting patiently on other professionals to do their job. And I know they will, but once they come in, I'm going to sign them all and put in the fun little gifts and I'm going to package them in the cutest little packaging you've ever seen. And then I'm going to send it out because I want them in your hands and I want my words in between your ears. More so than the podcast, I want this book in your brain because I do believe it will change the way you live forever. Also, since we're talking about the holidays, that's right. This is the Thanksgiving episode. I haven't even told you that yet. If you didn't read the title, hi, we're talking about Thanksgiving and it's your Fit Thanksgiving survival guide. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. But you're going to start shopping at Thanksgiving, right? Isn't that what we have to do? We have to start shopping. I'm hoping that You Supercharge will be at the top of your shopping list because everybody, unless they're 2 or 4 or 7 and they don't really read, what an affordable, impactful, thoughtful gift to give to everybody on your list, from your teachers to your laundry guy, if you have a laundry guy, or your lawn man, or your boss, or your coworkers, or your uncle, or your cousin. You get the gist. Buy the damn book for everybody. And on fitzness.com, I have buy 4, get 1 free. That's right, because I'm your bestie and I want to take care of you. So that's it. that's all I have to share. Also, in there, the chapter on, I think it's called Healthy Holiday Hacks. It's funny. There's so much in here. I forget the name of. Yeah, Holiday Hacks. Holiday Hacks is in here. So if you want to know how to manage Christmas and New Year's and Halloween and 4th of July and everything else, they're right here. Okay, so we're going to talk about Thanksgiving because, Thanksgiving is about being thankful to be American, right? We start there. We're thankful for our friends and our neighbors and our family and all the wonderful things in our life. And it's so awesome that as a country, we take a day to do this. Also, other countries do that too, but this one's ours. And if you're not in America, well, happy Thanksgiving Day wherever you celebrate it. And you're more than welcome to join in. I think this year it's November 27th. Have a Thanksgiving Day, even have a Thanksgiving feast in Bangladesh or Brazil, wherever you're listening, because I know I have a big international audience. But yeah, for those of us who are working on it, the priority should be the priority. The focus should be the focus. The focus is actually being thankful for what we have, and perspective goes a long way. Maybe we don't have everything we want, but do we have everything we need? Are we surrounded by people we love and care about? Do we get to do the work we enjoy, or are we learning things that are meaningful? So as someone who walks through life as a very grateful girl, I think this is a brilliant holiday and we should all celebrate in whatever shape that comes in. However, since it's a holiday that really focuses on food, there's a lot of ways people go wrong. And I don't think my audience is going to go wrong. I think you guys are ready to do it right and not only get past the day without tacking on 72 pounds. That's right. If you've ever gained 72 pounds on Thanksgiving before, today is not, or this year is not, that's not going to happen. I've got you. None of you, that's right. Nobody will be gaining 72 pounds on this Thanksgiving Day. I promise. That's right. That's a guarantee I'm willing to keep. But yeah, let's start about Thanksgiving Day. So first of all, the holidays are coming. You should be exercising extra, right? I think you should exercise every day of the holidays. In our next week episode, we'll talk about tackling the holidays in general and health. However, get started right now. Just get busy. Exercise is not housework, or housework is not exercise. Being active is not exercise. I'm talking about doing something that challenges your body every day between now and New Year's Day. That means you're going to do strength training and cardio, flexibility, balance. But let's get moving, right? Let's do the active things that get our heart rate up, challenge our muscles, challenge our mobility to make us better. And this whole season often is a season of gluttony, which leads to fairly catastrophic results come January, which is why everybody needs to join a gym in January. And boy, do I love it when y'all join the gym. But we don't want to join the gym because things have gone so completely wrong with our health that we have no other option, right? So we're going to start there. If you're listening and it's 4 days before Thanksgiving, great. Start exercising today. Make sure you're building it in every single day until January 1 at least, unless something super severe happens to prevent you. Like you get kidnapped by terrorists and they hold you in a place and they make you stay still and eat cake, right? Like if that's your severe scenario, then fine, you don't have to exercise. But other than that, you should be exercising every day. Okay, so first of all, when you wake up on Thanksgiving morning, I want you to earn your feast. Now, you need food. So we don't normally talk about earning food. Food is a necessary part of life. Food is fuel. We love it. However, I think on Thanksgiving Day, because there might be some extra thrown in for you, it's a good idea to start your day with some exercise, right? And turkey trot would be your number one choice for exercise. Now, if you've not trotted before, know that there are turkey trots all over America and probably every big and tiny town. It's just a 5K. Some turkey trots can be a 1 mile. 5K, if you're unfamiliar with that metric system, it's 3.1 miles, but you don't have to run. You don't actually have to trot. They call it a trot, but there is no running required. You can actually show up to a trot and walk the whole way, which sounds crazy perhaps, but yeah, you can walk, you can skip, you can saunter the whole way. Whatever works for you works for me. But signing up for Turkey Trot is not only great exercise, but it's a lot of fun. It's a great way to get involved in your community, maybe see your neighbors, some old friends, maybe you meet the love of your life. But a Turkey Trot is a festive way to start your day and get some exercise. I have been doing it in Gainesville. We have one at a animal sanctuary. And it's very well organized, and it's a trail run / walk through the woods. And in fact, this trail is pretty ragged. So I don't really run much at all because I don't want to break my ankle. It's pretty ragged. So I do the turkey trot, walking the whole way. And then at the end, there's a field with a whole bunch of cows. There's a bull. There's a whole bunch of cute animals. There's some pigs. There's a donkey. I'm going to give you feed to give to the animals, which is so lovely. And if you've never fed a cow before, I highly recommend it. And boy, are cows happy on Thanksgiving because they're not the main event, right? These animals at the sanctuary will not be eaten ever, which I love. And we can feed them instead. And their tongues are really big and crazy and kind of scratchy. It's very tickly, but it's sweet. It's a nice reward for me. I don't get a t-shirt and I don't get a medal, but I do get to pet some farm animals, which is awesome. But golly, there's some ginormous turkey trots all over America too. So there's rinky-dink ones like the ones I take part in, which you might pay 15 to 20, maybe even $25 to take part. But you know what? It's a hour, multi-hour experience. People have laid out the course for safety. Maybe they've hired professionals to entertain. I think it's something you should invest your money in, usually going to a great cause. Now, not always. Sometimes turkey trots are just put on by independent event producers, and that's great too, because what a wonderful service to provide, a brilliant business model. But either way, it's a nice thing to do on a Thanksgiving morning, whether you go alone or you drag your romantic partner or your children or a stranger, whatever. Tell them they look like they could use some trots, and they may be confused by that because sometimes the trots aren't always considered a good thing, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, just bring a group. Bring a group. And here's the other thing: if you're going to turkey trot, which I have failed to do, I need to do better with this, but you can and should dress silly. That's right. If you maybe brown and orange is your color scheme, very festive, but could you get some sort of turkey feather skirt? I think you could. Could you wear a turkey gobble thing under your chin? Perhaps you could. Could you dress like Santa or an elf or the Grinch? Something festive, since we're jumping into that season. I think you can. And I think you should. And that's kind of the thing that makes turkey trots really fun, is just the festive environment and the silliness that goes on. And if you want to run really fast, then good for you. I give you lots of support on that. That's awesome and great for your respiratory system. However, if you're like the rest of us, you just want to go out and do something. I am going with my family to trot this year. And yeah, hopefully no one has the trots while doing the trot. All right. So do that. But if you're not going to turkey trot, get some exercise at home. Many gyms are still open, or you can just exercise in your living room. You could do a walk or run around your neighborhood. Strength training is a great choice too. And in fact, I'd really like you to do at least 20 minutes of strength training. You decide which moves you want to do. 20 minutes of strength training on your Thanksgiving day. You know, this is just the mindset of a fit individual. We don't wake up looking forward to eating all day, and that's the priority. It's eat, eat, eat. Even if you're cooking the meal, you can get up and go exercise. This is going to give you more energy throughout the day. This is going to give you more patience to deal with your family. That's right. I know who's coming over. I know where you're going. Those people, I know you love them, but they're not necessarily the nicest, most reasonable people ever. I've been there. I know who they are. Sometimes they slam the door. Sometimes they shout. Sometimes they hang up the phone. Nobody wants to be unprepared for that kind of nonsense. So exercise. First thing, to clear your mind, to get out any toxic feelings you are harboring, all the stress of the week, get it out of your body, and then we can talk about the main event. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, do not show up to Thanksgiving starving. Wherever you're eating, don't show up starving. I know the instinct is to save it all up. Like I'm gonna not eat all day. And then I get there, I'm gonna eat everything. But maybe if you just have a snack, maybe if you have a banana and an apple. Man, apple is a great choice. It's very high fiber, and it's high water content, and it's just filling. You could have one big apple for 80 calories, and that could be very satisfying. But if you are not starving when you arrive to Thanksgiving, you are going to be so much less likely to freak out on the hors d'oeuvres and freak out on your meal, right? You don't want to be out of control. You want to be the best version of you at Thanksgiving. So don't show up starving. Also, water's a really good choice. If you drink water, it will curb your appetite. And so again, we're going to get to the meal part, and I want you to eat. So fear not. I'm not going to tell you not to eat Thanksgiving dinner. But what I'm saying is, especially if you're someone who's trying to maintain your weight or even lose your weight, you don't want to backtrack. I know you don't want to backtrack, and it's not deprivation. It's some discipline. And if you execute some thoughtfulness and discipline, you won't feel deprived at all. In fact, you'll go home feeling really proud of yourself and energetic, right? Ready to face the holidays. So start there. Hydrate. Water, or on occasion, decaf Diet Coke if you're me. All right. Next thing is when you get to Thanksgiving, wherever you are, I hope you're in an environment where you could go have fun. And my Thanksgivings growing up, my mom, she was a go getter. She is a go getter. She would host about 30 of us. And so I think we served the dinner at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, which is a weird time to eat dinner, but that's how we did it. But people would arrive at noon, all the cousins and the uncles and the whatever, the strays. We always invite strays to Thanksgiving. If you know someone who's alone this Thanksgiving, maybe a neighbor who lost their spouse or lives alone or whatever, invite them. Just have some people over. It's sad to be alone on Thanksgiving. I know that can be difficult. We're going to address that too. But we always had strays and it made our Thanksgiving much better. But once everyone got there, or as we trickled in, we would head straight down to the park. So we had a soccer fields nearby. We also had a big yard, but our priority was to go have fun together. We threw the football, we played soccer, we rented bounce houses sometimes. That's a stellar idea. If you're hosting Thanksgiving, or even if you're going to be a guest, ask, can I invest? Can I bring a bounce house? Can I order a bounce house to be set up here so we can all have fun? So it was always physical activity during the day. You could throw a frisbee if you're not feeling super athletic, even though throwing and catching a frisbee kind of is hard. But yeah, just get outside and do things together. And eating together is nice. And there is something charming about our priority on sitting down as a family. However, my higher priority as a parent and just as a cousin or whatever is to do fun things together, make memories, right? And so, I mean, potatoes are great. I love potatoes. But when I'm out there throwing the ball with my cousins, or we're chasing each other around playing tag, that's that's the stuff I look back on and smile big. I remember every last one of those experiences. I remember the bounce house being set up in the back of my yard, and it was awesome. So, yeah, maybe Thanksgiving could be family adventure time. Even if you show up wearing something fancy, perhaps you need to bring some spare clothes, like your play clothes, and then you could go back into your white slacks and your button down seersucker shirt or whatever the heck you got going on there. I guess we're in fall now, so maybe boots and a sweater or something. Anywho, you get the gist. Is play. Plan for play. Even if the host doesn't normally plan for play, put a football in the back of your car, put Kadima paddles, and I don't know, just fun things for people to get moving. That's going to feel better for you. It's going to feel better for them. And then you're not just sitting around eating nonstop. Okay. Next, I've got a whole list. This is what I don't always operate off a list. Sometimes it's just me ranting, but yeah, today I have a list. Okay. So we're going to build our plate now, right? First, I'm going to tell you that nothing is off limits on Thanksgiving. I'm not going to tell you that you can't have pie. I'm not going to tell you that you can't have mashed potatoes or gravy or any of those things that you're excited about. I love Thanksgiving food too. So I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat the turkey anymore, but I love mashed potatoes. Holy cow. I do love whipped cream on any sort of dessert. I mean, there's a couple desserts I won't eat, but if we're putting whipped cream on it, I'm excited about it. And I love stuffing. Oh my gosh, there's actually a lot of things I get really excited about. So I'm not going to tell you any of it is off limits. What I'm telling you is that you might want to be a little reasonable, knowing that all of these foods that you're excited about are available year round. It is true. Now, brace yourself for this information. This might rock your entire world, but you can eat turkey in April. That's right. You can eat turkey in April. You can have mashed potatoes in January, in March, in August. Stuffing. I promise you this. You can eat stuffing on 4th of July. Pecan pie you can get in February. I mean, all of the stuff you can have year round. So I know there's some sense of urgency when you go to a Thanksgiving meal to indulge. I got to have it all. Oh my gosh. And I agree. It's awesome food. I love the food. I just know that if I want to have mashed potatoes and gravy again next week, I can have it. I just can. I mean, it's there, right? I can make mashed potatoes and you can make green bean casserole anytime you want. So you don't have to feel pressure to eat all of it as quickly as possible. I think that's where most people feel the pressure. Oh my God, it's the best food in the world. I have to eat it all. I've been so excited. Yeah, have some of it, but know that it's available another time too if it truly is one of your favorite foods, and you can just start building green bean casserole into more of the months throughout your year, right? Turkey is something you can eat freely whenever you want. And so don't don't fall for that. That mentality is wrong. Also know this, the human stomach holds about a quart of food. It stretches to hold about a quart of food. So if your stomach is completely full, and we will be right back. Ho, ho, holy cow. The holidays are upon us and it's time to go shopping. That's right. If you are looking for a meaningful and affordable gift to give to all your friends and family, stop by fitzness.com. Right now, we're running a special on fitzness.com. It's order 4 books, get 1 free. And you can do that in like 7, 8, 10 sets of that, depending on how many friends and family members you have. Yeah, spend 20 something bucks on a book and upgrade your friends' lives forever. Help them look, feel, and perform better forever. Sounds like a generous gift to me. So go shopping at fitzness.com. No matter how many books you order, they all will come signed. They all will come with their special little Fitzy gift, and they will all be packaged with love. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus for the rest of us. We're back. You may be uncomfortable, right? There's a certain element where we give it enough food and it goes, I'm happy. I have some food in here. This is nice. There's a point where it becomes unnice, right? That feeling satisfied is great. Feeling full gets on the level of uncomfortable. And then when you're stuffed, you're miserable. And so we want you to have fun. We want you to feel good. A moment in your mouth isn't usually worth the justification of that aching stomach. You got to unbutton your pants, the whole thing. Nobody wants to see what's under your button and your pants, right? So be reasonable with your portions. And so when you make your plate, just be thoughtful about it. I'm giving you open range to put whatever you want on your plate. Be reasonable. Start with your favorite thing. For me, I'm going straight to the mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes gravy, they go on my plate first. And then I decide, okay, that's probably enough of that. And then I add a little stuffing. That would be number 2 for me. And then what else? I'm trying to think what I love. I mean, I'm so focused on the potatoes and stuffing. I don't know. I start adding other things, right? Corn, the candied yams, a sweet potato souffle. Those are all potatoes, right? You know who I am. I am very Irish. My body composition, 67% to potato, looks the same way Thanksgiving. So, start with your favorite and then a little bit of the other things. And then honestly, if it's not something you love, don't feel guilted into putting something on your plate just because your aunt made it and she's staring at you like, you got to have some. I made that. If it's not on your list of wants, then don't put it on your plate. Let it go for something else, or put just a little bit on your plate and then shove it in a napkin and tell her how great it was. Whatever. I give you permission to lie on Thanksgiving. I'm sure a lot of people are lying on Thanksgiving, but yeah, don't be bullied into eating stuff. It's very funny. I have a lot of friends who have Italian heritage, and they have this very pushy Italian woman in their life that's always telling them to eat. You got to eat. You got to eat the pasta and the cheese, and those things are very heavy with calories, and especially for my folks who are trying to lose weight, you can't succumb to that nonsense. I mean, grow the F up. You can't have another human telling you what to put in your mouth and you complying out of guilt. That's just irrational. So say no thank you. Be a big boy. Put on your big boy, your big girl panties and say sorry. Or you might lie and say, I already had that, or I'm going to have that next, whatever. But get the things you really care about, and then you can leave the other things behind. You don't need to have that role. You've had a role before. It's probably not the best role in the world. The host probably put it out there as a filler food. So don't feel obligated to have the role or the fruitcake or whatever it is that you don't really need. Just focus on your favorites. And then when you sit down, enjoy it, right? Like take a moment to just think about how delicious those potatoes are, or the stuffing, or the turkey, or the ham, whatever it is. Really take some pleasure in the food you're putting in your mouth. If you're rushing through, if you're on your cell phone, if your conversations are too big, slow it down. It takes a little while for your stomach's satisfaction receptors to let you know, hey, we're done. So the slower you go, the more efficiently your body's going to be able to tell you when you should slow it down and then eventually stop. And know this, that if you push past and you get to exploding full from your meal, oh, dessert's going to be really uncomfortable. Again, I haven't told you shouldn't have dessert, right? So save a little room, just be moderate, and maybe show up to Thanksgiving with some plastic containers or some Ziploc bags type thing. So maybe you're going to take some things home and you can enjoy a little bit the next day. Leftovers are wonderful. And ask the host, would it be okay if I took some turkey home? And she or he may be so flattered, they'd say, of course, let me make you a bag. But yeah, I mean, it's just food. And we're not, I can't imagine any of my listeners are starving right now, right? There's a lot of people on planet Earth that don't have access to food or are in a terrible situation. That's probably not you. So enjoy your meal, but don't be wild and crazy about stuffing your face. Remember, you want to be satisfied. You can hit full on Thanksgiving. Just don't go to stuff. Leave the stuffing for the turkey, not for you. And then keep that quart size in your mind. Whatever amount of food you put on your plate should hopefully be less than a quart. Okay? That's a visual that should last seconds. Depends what your body can handle. But yeah, just be reasonable. Be reasonable. Talk yourself through it. Do I need this? Do I really want it? You don't have to have it all. Have your favorites and enjoy the heck out of them. You should see me with my potatoes. I have a shit-eating grin on my face as I gobble, gobble, gobble those mashed white potatoes with gravy. Love. Okay. After dinner, go play again. That's right. You could sit around and just drink alcohol. Oh, I didn't even talk about alcohol. Listen, if it's your family culture to have a glass of wine or a beer, fine. If you drink too much, you're going to get tired. You're going to get lazy. You're probably going to eat more than you want or eat the wrong things. You're not even going to remember. You're not those alcoholic beverages, they numb your senses. So you're probably not even going to taste the exquisite stuffing or cranberry sauce on the table to its fullest if you are kind of tipsy. And so just be moderate, have a little bit or have none. You could do Thanksgiving totally sober and it probably wouldn't hurt, right? Probably wouldn't hurt. That's my opinion on that. Okay, so once we're done, you could take a few moments, watch a little football. Football should be on. I don't know what kind of family you are if you don't have NFL Thanksgiving Day football on in the background. So that's a little peer pressure, but you probably should. Okay. Even if you don't like football, even if you don't understand football, even if you don't care about the teams that are playing, it is customary to put football on the television. Right now, the NFL is in my good graces. So I say, turn it on. It will make your home feel more festive or the house where you are. But you can only spend a few minutes watching the game because then I want you to get up again. And that's when the good stuff happens. So it's, if you have a small Thanksgiving, then you go on the after dinner walk with your dog. You chat with the neighbors, you get it moving, you get your digestive system moving. That helps a lot, especially if you feel stuffed. If you feel super stuffed, don't sit on the couch. That'll just make it worse. Get up and go. That I promise you, that has a healing effect to your poor innards who have just been stuffed with food that's available all year long. Okay, so get up and move. But going back to my younger Thanksgivings, the best part, the most fun things happened at night. That's right. We would play ghosts in the graveyard. And I'm pretty sure that was just a big game of hide and seek, but it was awesome. And the adults played and the kids played. I was always the youngest, probably the first to get caught. Either way, the most exciting memory I have of Thanksgiving is either playing football at the park or running around playing ghosts in the graveyard. So you should be out having fun as well. Prepare yourself. Prepare some games to be played after dinner, right? Don't let this just happen. Say, guys, now we're up. It's time to play some hide and seek. Now, if you're just a bunch of grown-ups, the grown-ups may think you're weird, but you could get out and again, throw the ball. You could do a little pickleball action. You could totally do grown-up bounce house activities, which would be fun. And if you're in the snow, maybe you go build a snowman post-dinner. That would be nice. I have no experience with that. Thanksgivings in the snow are foreign to me, but you got snow. You might as well make some fun out of it. But yeah, you've got a lot of options. Thanksgiving, it's not just about food. The concept there is for you celebrating all the wonderful things in your life, whether it's personal or professional or familial, all of it matters. The food is a part of Thanksgiving. And I know it's a big focus, but if you're not reckless with it, you could really have yourself a winner of a day, right? You start off with some motion, you're feeling good, you've got great energy, or you're in a good mood. And then you show up, you do a little more playing while you're throwing the football, you and cousin Jackson, you're talking about school or your career or whatever's going on. There's a lot of opportunity there. And maybe you spend some time with your grandparents or your great aunts and uncles. I mean, those are nice too. If you can get your grandma out to play some frisbee, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, then you can sit down and really enjoy your meal and know that you're not going to ruin the efforts you've made over the past week. Because I tell you what, if you do go to Thanksgiving and you eat all the hors d'oeuvres and you have all the alcohol and you have all the food and you have all the dessert, you really could backtrack. Gosh, I mean, you could consume 4 or 5,000 calories on Thanksgiving easily. And that just washes away the deficits you've created using the exact formula and working out for a week or two. And we will be right back.
Are you looking for the perfect gift for a loved one battling cancer? The Cancer Comeback Series by Fitz offers hope, inspiration, and practical guidance. With Your Healthy Cancer Comeback, My Noisy Cancer Comeback, and The Healthy Cancer Comeback Journal. These books are a lifeline for all patients and survivors. Right now, you can order autographed copies at a special discount. Show your support and help a loved one go from sick to strong. Visit fitzness.com today. That's FITZNESS.com. Fitzness.com.
We're back. So, I'm not telling you have to stick perfectly with the formula on Thanksgiving, but if you are reasonable, if you are thoughtful, if you take these simple bits of advice I'm giving you, you're going to burn a whole bunch of extra calories in a super fun way. And you're going to focus on your favorites and a quart-sized tummy. You're probably going to walk away from Thanksgiving unscathed, which is pretty damn cool, right? That is so cool. So, okay. This is one of the things I want to talk about. It's not everybody has something wonderful to do on Thanksgiving. And I've been there. I mean, I have had nothing special to do on Thanksgiving, and it's a little sad, right? And so I don't want you to feel sad. I mean, it's just a day. It's just a day. I think it's Christmas is the number one suicide day for you. Crying out loud. That's just heart-wrenching. I'm not sure if that's a true statistic, but I think that's what I heard. So instead, what I want you to do is make it a special day no matter what, right? So do something wonderful for yourself. Perhaps the day you're going to get in your car and you're going to go for a ride and see Mount Rushmore or whatever's nearby you that you've never seen. You've got activities planned with your dog. Perhaps you're working on your new book. You could write all day. There's things you can do. Their movie theaters are open on Thanksgiving. This year, it's Wicked, I think, is the Thanksgiving movie, and much to my dismay, because I'm not much of a musical fan. I did see Wicked Part 1, and I understand why people who love musicals love that movie. I was kind of like, I appreciate it, but I'm not excited about it. And I think my family is actually going to see Wicked this weekend without me, which gets me out of jail free on that. But a movie is a really nice choice. And then the other great option, even if you're not someone who normally volunteers, perhaps Thanksgiving is a day where you could go give your time to someone else, right? And there's a whole bunch of different places that are creating meals and providing food to shelters for people who don't have a place to live or don't have homes. Perhaps Ronald McDonald House. There's so many families that are in hospitals because their children are sick, right? And so they live nearby and they're trying to make things work. They're trying to manage their jobs and earn a living and pay for their home, even though they're staying 200 miles away from home to get their child the care they need for XYZ disease or issues. So perhaps Ronald McDonald House is a place where you could go volunteer, or you could go to a pet shelter. There's a bunch of, from what I've been told, there's a big need on Thanksgiving Day because the shelter staff has other stuff to do. So perhaps you show up and you feed the dogs and you feed the cats and you take them for walks. And there's just a lot of opportunity there. And sometimes it feels bad to be alone. I do remember a couple of years in college being alone on 4th of July. That's one of my favorite holidays. And everybody had something fun to do and I didn't. That just was kind of a bummer. But I did the best and I didn't let it get the best of me. And it was just one day, right? So Thanksgiving is one day. You can surround yourself with others who would really appreciate your company if you're smart, right? And volunteering is just one of those things. It's one of those ways to show your appreciation for the nice things you have. I mean, what other way could you be more thankful, right? If you don't have a ton of money to donate, you can donate with time and service. And I think putting yourself in that position, let's say you go to Ronald McDonald House and you see some families that are staying there because their kids are sick, you might be really grateful that the biggest burden you're facing at the moment is nowhere special to enjoy Thanksgiving, right? You might find the same level of appreciation in a homeless shelter or in an animal shelter. And golly, if you go to an animal shelter, you may be compelled to go home with a best friend. That would be nice, right? Or you walk away feeling grateful you're not cute little puppy stuck at a shelter, right? So do good. It will fill your heart up with glee. And everyone is welcome to register for a turkey trot. So if you don't have people to go eat with, if you show up to a turkey trot in the morning, you're going to be surrounded by hundreds or thousands of people, and that's pretty cool. Maybe while you're there, you can invite yourself over to somebody's house for dinner. Yeah? You might be like, hey, I like your running shoes, and I bet you look like you have another seat at your table. You never know. You never know. Like I said, we do strays. We invite people over who don't have a place, and that really works for us, and usually works out. Okay, so I hope you have the most happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you feel full, not stuffed. Communication tip of the week. We're sticking with the Thanksgiving theme. So many people tell you do not talk politics or religion. Definitely don't do that on Thanksgiving. And I feel differently. I've watched people get shot in the past year over their words, and nothing bothers me more. I mean, there's some other things that bother me, but golly, freedom of speech is so important. And so to establish civility in your family and your circle and be able to say, gosh, you know what? I know we have conflicting opinions. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Gosh, I learned from other people's opinions, and having a civil discussion is just so meaningful. Make that the upfront intro to your conversation. And then, yeah, you can talk about Kamala or Donald Trump or Charlie Kirk or Nancy Pelosi or topics or whatever. You could talk about God and religion and all of those things. You should be able to have responsible, reasonable, friendly conversations with people you love, especially those you agree with or disagree with. And why not start that at Thanksgiving? Why not be so fortunate that we live in the land of the free, where freedom of speech is number one on our list of things to defend? And when we're too afraid to speak our own mind at our own Thanksgiving table, that seems un-American and cowardly. So I think you should have a hot button conversation with someone at Thanksgiving and just start by saying, boy, I respect you so much. I'd love to hear your opinion. And maybe you just let them speak their mind, and maybe they say something you loathe. And then you say, thanks for sharing. And you don't respond with your opinion. Either way, you got to be able to have these conversations, especially with people you love, because what happens when people you don't know have these conversations and then they get angry and violent, right? So talk about the things you're not supposed to in a friendly way, please. And thank you. Okay. And then my song of the show also about Thanksgiving ish. It's not really about Thanksgiving, but it's about families. Family Tradition by Hank Williams Jr. And if you don't know it, you should listen to it. I'm putting it on my Spotify playlist right now. People might be like, why is this song on your workout playlist? Because it's really fun and it's freaking Hank Williams Jr. And if you have a family, you probably will identify with this song. So Family Tradition by Hank Williams Jr. Go to Spotify, search the Fitzness playlist, and you'll find it there. Other than that, folks, I am thankful for you, every single one of you that I've had the opportunity to hug and visit with this year. Those I've seen run through the start line and come through my finish line. You have all filled my heart up with so much joy and made me so proud. And I consider you my family, and you give me purpose, right? This is a career that I've built around you because I love you and I care about helping you make the best of every day you have, and hopefully giving you more days And when I tell you I love you, I mean it, because without you, what would I do? I don't know. But you give me purpose. So thank you so much for that. I'm thankful for you. I will wake up on Thanksgiving morning and I will go trot. So while I have the trots, while I'm trotting, I will be thinking of you and hoping you're having a wonderful day and that I was able to resonate with you. And next week, we're going to go into holiday hacks. Yeah, we're going to tackle the whole entire holiday season, and we're going to get you to the new year fitter, not fatter. I love you. Have a good one. Get to work. Bye, team.
Hi, this is Rudy Novotny, the voice of America's Marathons. We all love how much running has benefited every aspect of our lives, so much so that most of us only wish we'd started sooner. Wouldn't it be wonderful to gift the opportunity to children of today? Well, you can. The Morning Mile is a before-school walking and running program that gives children the chance to start each day in an active way while enjoying fun, music, and friends. That's every child, every day. It's also supported by a wonderful system of rewards, which keeps students highly motivated and frequently congratulated. Created by our favorite fitness expert, Fitz. Morning milers across the country have run over 2 million miles and are having greater success with academics, behavior, and sports because of it. The Morning Mile is free to the child, free to the school, and is inexpensively funded by businesses or generous individuals. Help more kids get moving in the morning by visiting morningmile.com. Champion the program at your favorite school or find out more about sponsorship opportunities. That's morningmile.com. Long may you run.